My work is primarily about investigating very old ceramic practices and bringing them back into the now. So recreating them here in Wellington in a small studio was quite a big task. I've forced myself into an area of research of antiquated ceramic technique, and that then leads to research into glazes, underglazes, which then leads into, have I got the materials to do this? A lot of the stuff that comes into this country has come from either America or Britain. Their kilns are different, their clays are different, so everything I have to make. So that's why I started making my own stuff, so I could control it. My first brush with cobalt came when I was at art school, and it didn't come from looking at books on Chinese ceramics. They were building a new cafe and the local bottle diggers came out and started digging around, and they pulled out this piece of ceramic out of the ground that had the blue on it, had the decoration on it. I work with my loose pictorial design or storybook on a 2D surface. I have to then relate that 2D surface onto a 3D format. When I started this initial piece, I just sketched out some lines to try and build up areas that I could design. So the colour that I'm painting on now, even though it looks like a dark, coaly brown black, will actually come out blue. I love putting narratives on work. So for me, it's like an analogue kind of trip photo book, but it's kept on a piece of ceramic. And, you know, the references are all over the show. So this is all from the River Thames in London. This is the mudlarking finds that I was discussing earlier. Too much of it. But yeah, you walk along the Thames foreshore and you can pick up this stuff. Oh, here we are. This tree here, this is actually willow pattern off a plate, I think. And if you have a look at this decoration here, and then we come across to the pot, you see, that's the tree, and that's what it's going to look like when it's painted. You've got the Chinese scale pattern here, you've got the tree from the willow pattern plate, this one here. And then you've got references to Denmark here. This is a bridge, and there's also a dragon down here. And this Gulagar studio where I worked in Denmark, and also the Berlin Wall. So it's also a kind of a visual diary of, I don't know, 4 months in Europe, I suppose. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is not a pure blue and white, so I'm just going to paint areas with the clear and then overpaint with these colorants, which are made of the same glaze but with colorations in them. It's nice to see your work come out of a kiln, to see all your hard work finished. Sometimes you can get some amazing discoveries from opening up kilns. They call it the kiln god has been good to you and all that stuff. I don't make a great lot of work. I only make maybe 12 pieces a year. I treat each piece as more of an experiment for the next body of work. How this was fired, this might lead on to a different type of work. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this one. It's another part in the long story of my work.